performances and nights like this are why you want to come to a place like this. Just can you talk about your performance out there tonight and just how big of a confidence boost I guess this gives you now as you go forward into your LSU career, knowing that you can do this on the biggest stage?
Yeah, I mean, hands down, one of the best performances I've had of this year and of my career. So I couldn't be more thankful for Coach Johnson and trusting me in this situation. When we were down a couple runs, he threw me in with runners on, and I was just going to go right at them and let them get themselves out. So, and then having these two behind me, especially Luis at the plate, being able to calm me down in certain situations, I mean, it was awesome. And then also you have our fan base, and there's no better fan base in the country.
Michael in the back.
Casan, if we could just stay with it, your ability to work fast, right? And obviously you were feeling it, and your ability to kind of play at your pace. How important was that to your success tonight?
Yeah, I think tempo's the best thing you can have when you're on the mound. It's one of the biggest factors that a lot of pitchers don't have, and when you don't have tempo, then you're not going to be able to get dudes out. So I think at one point in the game, I got a little too fast. I think Cade Anderson came up to me, and he's like, "You threw 4 pitches in 20 seconds." And so I think that was a little too fast, but I was able to go back out there and get within myself and go compete.
Yeah, this is for Ethan. For a kid from a small Louisiana town, and y'all really needed somebody like to step up and break down the door because you kept getting runners on base. What was it like to clear the bases with your hit, and then just how the crowd just seemed to just never give up on y'all?
Coach Johnson talks a lot about controlling your situation, not letting the moment get too big. So when you're actually able to do it, shows how much trust he has in you and just your ability to compete and play no matter what the situation is. And like Casan just said, we have the best fan base in the country, and playing every game at home is really an advantage, whether people want to admit it or not. But it's unbelievable.
Luis, just talk a little bit about the work defensively. Like Jay said, the incredible toughness, catching 4 games in a row. Talk about your work, calming the pitchers down, managing games like that, as well as having a great day at the plate. How do you manage that as a player?
I mean, first of all, I want to thank God that blessed me and I have health. Thanks to Jay Johnson, that we work in the fall really hard to accomplish this, and my ability to be great in catching, and Bailey and Isaac helped me in my nutrition and all that, and thanks to them.
Casan, from a command perspective, do you feel like you had a better sense, a better control tonight, keeping the ball down? Like, how big of a key was that for you?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing going in the game. I had talked with Coach Eske before, and he's like, as long as you keep the ball down in the zone and you're able to throw your off speeds, then you're going to get batters out real easily. And I think what he said was true. When I got the ball down, then they got themselves out, and that's pretty much how the game went. When it was up, then they got a hit, or it wasn't in the zone. So I think keeping the ball down in the zone really helped us out tonight.
A quick question for Casan and for Luis. Casan, did you ever strike out 9 in a row in Little League ball or anything like that you can recall? And second, for Louis, I was just wondering if anybody was calling you Big Papi in the dugout after you hit those 2 home runs.
I can remember one time back in high school when I did it, but other than that, I haven't done it since. So tonight was real special, and I couldn't have done it without Luis.
I mean, Casan is amazing. I told him, like, I got you. Like, you can throw breaking ball in the door, and I'm gonna try to do my best to block the ball. And I said, let's win.
Ethan, for you, Casan comes in and he's pitching the way he is. How much did he change attitude, energy in the dugout in between innings while you guys were on the field? Although there were some where you guys didn't have to do anything. He's striking everybody out. But how much did he just, quote unquote, change this game tonight?
When he comes in and minimizes the damage and competes out there from the start, especially as a freshman in a postseason game, it's huge. Gave our offense a chance, and being a teammates and seeing that compete, it makes me want to push a little harder on top of what I've already done for the day. But it was unreal. I mean, he completely changed the game for us, gave us a chance when we were down big early. Couldn't be more proud of him, watching him come a long way and competing this entire time.
Ethan,
I think it was this week last year you had the surgery or thereabouts, right? Just how rewarding is a performance and a win like this when you consider the rehab process you had and everything you went through those 8 months or so leading to today?
The sweetest thing I've ever had in my life. A lot of challenging times and moments, those rehab moments were, but the trust Coach Johnson had in me, along with my other teammates supporting me through the entire time, means a lot, especially when you compete like we did tonight. Some teams probably thought they were out of the game, but we knew we weren't done. But I'm just looking forward to continue to play in Alex box.
One more question for the players up here on the right.
Yeah, just kind of to build on that a little bit. This could be for Luis and Ethan. They kind of jump on you guys 5-1 there in the second inning, and I guess some teams maybe could wither in those situations or lose a little bit of focus there. Any conversations in the dugout about how to get on track? I mean, you guys scored in 5 of the last 7 innings to kind of really put them away. Just curious if there was any conversations about that.
I mean, we always said like compete in the box and pitch by pitch, and we have the talent and we have to compete in the plate.
Yeah, I mean, like Luis just said, knowing there's plenty of game left, you can't compete, you can't throw in the flag, you can't start taking me at bats, you got to start competing with the team, passing the baton like we've talked about plenty of times. But being a part of it and seeing us do it is very special.